5 must-have carry-ons for your airplane trip. So, you have already booked your flight, researched the places you want to see, and chosen the places you will stay when the plane touches the ground. You have purchased all of your tourist essentials from cameras to footgear. Everything you could possibly consider to do, you have done. Or have you? Have you thought about what you would experience at the airport? How a few hours on a plane can drastically impact the quality of the trip you will take? If you haven't, you are not alone. Most people don't consider the dangers they face just to get to their vacation location. Well, let me share with you 5 must-have carry-ons for your airplane trip. Imagine being in a fortress completely confined, like an oven on every side, sealed tight and encapsulated. Now imagine that you are confined in that space with at least 150 other people from different places in the world, exposed to different things around the world. Then imagine sitting in seats and using tables and grasping for magazines and flyers that have been handled by countless others without being sterilized or washed down. Finally, in this space, you will sit with 100 or more other people for a minimum of 2 to as much as 10 or 12 hours. Every sneeze, cough, wheeze, and runny nose all around you. Is this not a breeding ground for disease? This is the environment you enter every time you board a plane. I don't tell you this to scare you, but rather to prepare you. These must-haves will not only address the health risk to compromised immune systems through airborne bacteria, but also to sitting in cramped quarters with limited mobility. You paid a lot of money to get to where you are going, and what a shame it would be for you to get to your destination and have to spend even 1 minute of that time in urgent care in a foreign land. Staying well is possible, but requires that you are intentional in your planning. Most of the time when we plan a trip, we only think about preparing for the mishaps that can occur once we get somewhere. And sometimes we don't even think about that. Sometimes we just plan all the cool things we want to see or do, but give very little thought to the dangers we must first go through before we get to that destination. These 5 must-haves will address what you can do to make your flight comfortable and help you be ready to run once you get off. So buckle up and prepare for the ride. First defense nasal screen. It doesn't hurt to hit airborne disease in more than one way. For that reason, I would also recommend using these while in airports, but especially while on a plane. Lasting for up to 24 hours with a 99% efficiency rate, this will be a real blessing to have to keep you from being unnecessarily susceptible to that passenger beside, in front, or behind you that has a hacking cough or a sick child that doesn't cover their mouth. If you are that person with a compromised immune system, then being in a closed space spells danger, danger. First defense nasal screen was created upon the premise that sickness is received through what you breathe. Therefore, if you can keep sickness from entering your nose, you can keep from getting sick. This, combined with a few other helpful suggestions on this website, will make you more secure on your trip. Earplanes. Available locally, these noise-canceling earplugs are a useful way to avoid the uncomfortable and painful ear popping that occurs due to airplane noise. The longer the trip, the greater the possibility that this discomfort can haunt you during the first few days of your vacation. Thankfully, This prospect can be avoided by just simply purchasing these earplugs, uniquely designed to protect your ears while allowing you to still hear the things that you would like to hear. Hypoallergenic, reasonable in price, and compact makes for easy storage as well as usage. DVT socks. While having a cold is annoying, more dangerous is DVT, which can lead to blood clots and possibly death. If you are traveling overseas, this can be a very serious concern to consider. While DVT socks represent one such way to potentially avoid DVT, I would encourage you to engage in various leg and foot stretches while seated, and every 2 hours, make a point of getting up from your seat even when nature doesn't call you to move around. Click here to find a list of different options for DVT sock purchases. Research has shown that those who sit in window seats are more prone to getting DVT, simply because the inconvenience of disturbing the person on the aisle seat prohibits passengers from moving. Don't let this be a concern. Remember, your health is at stake, so don't let consistent movement stop you. Besides, if you share this video with your travel partner or the information with the stranger sitting next to you, perhaps you can synchronize your stretches together, which will avoid the awkwardness of having to climb over them. A travel pillow. On an 8 or more hour flight, it is inevitable that you will at some point take a nap. If you are traveling with your significant other and no one is in a chair on the other end of you, then having a pillow may not be as essential. However, in the event you find yourself in a different situation where you may have a stranger beside you, then you will want to have a pillow that may help contain your head from wandering on strange shoulders. Of course, regardless, being comfortable while you sleep on a trip like this is very important. Avoiding jet lag, or at the least minimizing it, is worth a reasonable expense and carry-on space. My top pick travel pillows will be provided in the article on my website. Eye gear. Now that we have covered your neck, your legs, your nose, and your ears, it's time to give some consideration for your eyes. Depending on when you travel, you may find yourself only having the time you have in flight to rest. The distraction of people around you may stop you from getting that quality sleep you need. Having eye gear can help provide that peaceful environment that aids in getting sufficient rest. These should be relatively inexpensive to find, and combined with Young Living essential oils such as peace and calming, frankincense, or lavender, you can easily wind down to get yourself that much needed rest. To find out more information about the products that I have mentioned in this video, just read the article below. If you are catching me on YouTube, then be sure to subscribe to my travel channel, where I will also be adding more travel-friendly videos to help you have an enjoyable vacation. If you are interested in more information about any products mentioned, you will find a link to my blog where I will post these products for you to view. Thanks for listening, and may Yahavah bless you and keep you. Make his face to shine upon you and grant you his peace as you travel. Happy flying! P.S. If you are really wanting to find out ways you can keep your area on the plane sanitized, then consider purchasing my Airplane Survivor Kit. This kit has everything you need to sanitize your space in seconds. Included in the kit is a bag that you can attach to your belt for easy access. To get your kit today, visit